Hey, how's everybody doing? My name is Jared Fiacco, and today we're going to learn about Power BI's Web Connector. It's actually a very interesting tool. The example we're going to use today is analyzing Venmo's public data through their API. Now, if you open up your phone, right, go to Venmo, hit the public tab in the top right corner, hit refresh. Essentially, what you have here is a list of about 20 transactions from across the globe. And every roughly 15 minutes, it lags sometimes, but every 15 minutes, this data is uploaded and it's refreshed with another about 20 transactions. Very interesting stuff. Let's jump in, get to coding. Step one, get the data. So venmo.com/API/v5/public. All right, I know what you're thinking. What's going on here? Well, I thought the same thing when I first saw it. This is information that's in a notation called JavaScript object notation, aka JSON Derulo. So let's Control A, Control C, so we can copy it, bring it over into JSONlint.com. We'll paste it in, validate JSON. Essentially, what I'm doing here is I just want to be able to understand what's going on with this data. This just makes it a little prettier on the eyes. So we'll notice the first thing here, it says paging. This is garbage data. We're going to end up getting rid of this in Power BI. You'll see in a moment. And then this whole thing where it says data all the way to the bottom, it's like 800 rows. This is our chunk of data. What we want to do is we want to take this huge chunk of data and then say, all right, make this huge section right here, one row in our data model, and then blow out everything like this. So payment ID, blow that out into a column, permalink, blow it out into a column, blow all the target username, picture, etc., all out into columns as well. So let's head into Power BI and see it in action. All right, so we're in Power BI. We're going to go to Get Data up the top, click it. It's going to load for us. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to, where are we? Find this, steal this link over here. That should pop up in a second. There you are. So we're going to go down to Other. We're going to go to Web, Connect. That's our golden ticket. We're going to paste the https://venmo.com/API/v5/public. Let's go. All right, let it load for us. And remember how I said this information over here, this paging record stuff? Remember how I said that was just full of nulls? Let's just double check, right? Let's take a look, right? Here it is. Again, it's garbage data. We're going to go over here to the applied steps, undo that navigation. We're going to click on data, hit list. Essentially, we don't want this information. So what we're going to do is going to go data, list, and boom, it shows all of the records within that list. So each one of these is one transaction. Each record has all the information for that transaction. So it has like the payment ID, information about the actor and the target, aka the person who charged or made the payment. So essentially what we'll do here is, now that we have this information here, go to in the list, make this a table, convert the table here. We're going to keep it as it is, okay. And here's the easy part. We're going to take this column, see where it has this little area here that says, looks like a split icon, click it, let this load. This is all that data. Remember I said payment ID? It's all there. I'm going to hit OK. That'll split everything up. We're going to do the same thing throughout the whole process. Now, funny thing about this is, take a look at this. So action links, no columns were found. So it says that it's a record, but there's no columns are found. Let's take a look at that data just so we understand JSON a little bit better. In the JSON validator, we notice that sometimes it has these little brackets here. That's essentially what a record is. And so if there's, for example, in this data model, if there's a mention, it'll have like multiple columns in reference to that mention. But there weren't any mentions on this, so there's not going to be anything. So let's see. Makes sense that there's no columns found. I'm going to just hit OK, or actually cancel. I'm going to right click and remove this because it's garbage data. We're going to keep on going through this, blowing out this information. Whoops. Alrighty. Same thing. That's a really simple process. Same thing throughout the entire data model here. Get this guy. Hey, look, no comments. Am I missing something? No, there's some more over here. Okay. Mentions, again, like we said, that's going to be nothing in here. Hey, what do we tell you? And the likes, again, there should be nothing inside of these, just 0 likes. And no data behind the like because there's no likes. Makes sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit close and apply. It's going to take this data, let's close and apply. It's going to take this data, apply the queries, and it's going to give us this data model. In the next video, we'll go through and clean up these columns, make sure that they make a little bit more sense. And then we'll start making an awesome visual. That's it. You can see how simple it is to use Power BI's native functionality to pull real live web data literally from the sky, clean it up, and make something interesting, make an interesting data model, really. So I'd like to see what you guys are doing with Power BI's web connector. If you have any interesting ideas or burning questions, want me to make another video on another topic regarding Power BI, let me know down in the comment section. Drop a like if this helped you at all. And join me on my next video where I'll take this transaction data and make it into a really interesting Power BI visual that's also very powerful. So see you there.